Shirley, it's been 35 years since this happened. You're about to be arrested. Can you tell me about that day?
I wish I could forget it. It'd be nice if everybody else could too. I get looks from people that I don't know, but I know they know me because I was on the front page of the newspaper and on the news, and they look at me like I'm her, you know, my mother, and I'm not. I'm sorry, I know it's gonna be a lot rougher than I'm not.
What can I do to help you through this?
I don't think there is anything you can do to help me. I don't think there's anything anybody can do to help me. It hurts now just as much as it did back then. No matter what I do, it won't ever go away. I've always told myself, don't ever tell yourself you can't do something, but I can't do this. I can't do it. I just gotta get out of here, because that hurt too bad. Yesterday morning, it was a really, really bad morning for me. I went home and sat there and I thought about, how to tell my story, how better to answer the questions people out there might have. I can only reach down inside and grab a hold of my inner strength and just hang on and keep telling myself, I can do this, I can do this, I can get myself through this. My mom, I don't hate her. I still love her today. I hate the things she did and the things she got me involved with, the things she did to me and to the rest of us. I look back at it now and I see how wrong it was for her to ask me to do such a thing. Finding out that she was capable of it, if I didn't help her, what was she doing to me? Was she capable of killing me too? This is a picture of my mother and my father, my 3 sisters, and one of my baby brothers. The second one hadn't been born yet. We were a beautiful family. My mom's maiden name was Betty Lou Donovan. My mother got married to my father when she was 15 years old, and she was really still a child herself. I have some fabulous memories of my early childhood. Sometimes I wish I was still back there. I used to watch my mother when she was cooking, and that's how I learned to cook myself. She taught me a lot of things about life.
Like this?
Yeah. My parents got divorced. I didn't understand it. I was never sat down and talked to about the reason. It was just there one day and then gone the next, and I didn't understand what happened. Where's my daddy at? After her and my dad divorced, she changed like night and day.
Good job, honey.
She went from being a very loving, affectionate mother to somebody that I had no idea who it was. I have no idea why she chose me out of the 6 of us to do this to. She would take me with her to, she'd say we were going to go pick up my dad.
What are we doing out here, Mama? Waiting for your daddy.
We drive over to where his parents lived, and she park, and we sit there and wait. I don't remember what it was she told me we were doing, but I didn't realize that at the time that she was actually stalking my father.
Hey, you want one of these? Sure. You're old enough.
I was 10, 11 years old. She would give me beer to drink. She was drinking beer also. And she'd sit there and watch, trying to find out if there was another woman. Other times that she'd take me with her and we'd drive over to somewhere towards downtown Dallas. She'd say we were going to pick up my dad from work. And we'd go down there and we'd park maybe about a block, 2 blocks away from where he came out of his workplace. He'd never come over and get in the car.
Isn't Daddy coming home with us?
We'll see.
And we just got back home. And at the time, I didn't realize what was going on because I was young. And I just believed what she was telling me because I believed my mom, you know. That's my mom. She's not going to lie to me. She started wearing knee-high boots, hot pants, sexy low-cut blouses, more makeup than she usually wore.
You going out again?
Sure am.
She started going out, staying out late at night until wee hours in the morning, bringing 2-3 men a week home. There were probably some I didn't even know about.
You coming home tonight?
Don't know. We'll see.
Then it got to the point where she was staying gone 2 and 3 days at a time. And it went to like a week, 2 weeks at a time. Mom would always make sure that we had enough money for us for lunches for school, and there was always plenty of food in the house before she took off.
Don't worry about it, honey. If you kids get hungry, there are plenty of leftovers in the fridge.
But she just wasn't there for us anymore. I guess you'd say she was having a really, really hard time because she didn't have a high school education. She had no kind of working skills whatsoever and was left with 5 kids at home. She was just doing what she needed to do or had to do or felt she had to do to take care of 5 kids. And if that meant dating however many men or whatever men that she could get money from to support us, then that's what she did. She had gone to a topless bar, and apparently she talked to the manager about, and she picked it up, and I think she let one of the gentlemen in the audience help her put it back on. There was a vice cop in there, and he arrested her because she allowed one of the customers to touch her. I thought my sisters were pulling my leg because I couldn't see my mother up there on stage shaking her clothes off. I'd never seen my mother naked. Even to this day, I had never seen my mother naked. And I couldn't see my mother being naked up on a stage with all these people out there staring at her. Yeah, she changed like night and day. I look at her, she looked like my mother, but she's not acting like my mother. It's a picture of my mother. Makes me want to throw up. It's not the mama that I knew. Sorry, that's all I can say. But I don't want to look at it anymore. I don't want to look at it anymore. I'm sorry, I can't. I've had all I can take. It literally physically makes me ill to look at pictures of the woman that she became after she and my daddy got divorced. The first picture was fine because it looked like my mama. It was my mama. But those others are not my mother. There's some horrible sick person that I don't want to know. I wish I never know. But I can't do this anymore. I can't look anymore at those pictures, no. If I hear her call my name or holler for me, I need to come in there and get her derringer out of her purse and shoot him. My mother did all the disciplinary measures in our home. When we were kids, we got a spanking. It was on our bottom. But after her and my dad divorced, when she gave me a whooping, as she would call it, it was everywhere but on the bottom, even across the face with the belt. She was working 2 jobs. When I'd get out of school, I had to cook his dinner for him, help him with his little kindergarten homework, and make sure that he got his bath and brushed his teeth and everything, got into bed on time. I had to make sure the house was clean, the dishes were washed. If I didn't help her, she'd bawl me out. I wanted my daddy home. I loved my daddy. My daddy might come up here and yell at me or talk to me a little bit, but he ain't gonna give me no whooping. He had never laid a hand on me in his whole life, or in my whole life. The thing that hurt the most, and what really tore our family apart, was her not being Mama anymore. You know, she was more into herself. It's really sad because she was such a good mother. She started dating this man named Bill Lane, and he was mean, selfish. I couldn't stand the man.
Bill, I don't want to fight anymore.
When are you going to learn to keep your mouth shut? Bill, please!
He had very, very bad temper, arguments all the time. He did plenty of hitting on her. And that's another reason I couldn't stand the man. You don't hit on a woman, I don't care what the circumstances are. And one day she tells me Bill's giving her a hard time.
Shirley, come here.
What is it?
I need you to do.
And she told me where her little derringer was. If I hear her call my name or holler for me, I need to come in there and get her derringer out of her purse and shoot him.
Wait, what?
I know you can handle it. I was just confused and scared. That night, they go in the bedroom and start arguing.
When are you going to learn to keep your stupid mouth shut?
Shirley!
I hear her holler my name, and I go in there.
Shirley!
Mama?
She had a cut on her face, along her cheekbone. Her hair was a mess. She was scared for her life. I could see it in her face.
Get the hell out of it, Shirley.
And I get her gun out of her purse, and I pointed at him, and I tell him to leave my mother alone and quit hitting my mama.
You stay back.
I told him if he didn't leave my mama alone, I was going to shoot the out of him. Those weren't my exact words. It was like I was having a nightmare. How could she put me in there like this? And then my stepbrother Bo, he comes in there. He got the gun away from me. I'm not sure if I'd have been able to pull the trigger. If I did, I probably wouldn't have aimed, but as far as killing him, I don't believe I could have. That's about all I can remember. It's all I choose to remember. I look back at it now and I see how wrong it was for her to ask me to do such a thing. They could kill her out of her child at 11 years old. A loud noise sounded like a car backfiring. It turned out to be a gunshot. Bill Lane was in the picture. I don't think I've seen the worst relationship yet. They were on again, off again, on again, off again. Sometimes it would be a few weeks, sometimes a few months, but they always ended up getting back together. It was late at night, and a loud noise sounded like a car backfiring. Woke me up, and I heard moaning outside my bedroom window. And I got up and I looked out the window, and it was Bill Lane laying on the ground. When I heard the moaning and I saw Bill out there, it made me wonder what was going on. Hey, what happened to him? I went into the living room to find out what was going on, and my mom was there. She was holding her eye. He had hit her in the eye.
Shirley, honey. What are you doing up?
Did something happen to Bill?
I was told to go back to my room and stay in my room. And I was told not to look out the window anymore.
Should we call an ambulance?
No.
It was almost like she was panicked. She didn't want me.
I told you to go back to bed.
I found out later that he had threatened her, that he was going to kill her. Is the reason that she ended up shooting him. Police came and they called an ambulance, and he was taken to the hospital, where he recuperated. They got back together after he got out of the hospital. He didn't press charges. About 14 years old, I decided enough was enough. I got to get out of here. I got to get away. I can't do this anymore. And actually, the reason I did get married the first time was to get away from my mother. I told myself that if I'm going to be put in the position of being an adult, I want to be an adult on my own, out there, away from her. But when I told her that Scott had asked me to marry him, she totally went off on me.
Where the hell you think you're going?
She said, no way, it's not going to happen. He's not going to marry me. Nobody's ever going to want you.
You really think he's gonna marry you? You're just a no-good piece of trash. How could you say that to me?
And she told me that the man that I'd known to be my daddy wasn't my daddy. That Bill Lane was my real dad.
What? What are you talking about?
It was a very hurtful, painful thing, and I still don't understand today why she did it. When I didn't know who I was having a huge identity crisis. I know it's not true. I don't look anything like that man. I still don't know today why she did it, why she told me that. All the bruises in the world, they'll heal. The verbal abuse is the worst because the bruises go away, the words never. It still hurts, and I still keep asking the same old question, why? Then when I've got to quit, I can't help it. My mom and Ronnie had moved to Rockwall, Texas, and it didn't last very long out there. I went over to visit my mom one morning, and Mama, she had already gone to work. I was going to hitchhike into town, and Ronnie said that he'd give me a ride.
Hey, you don't need to hitch. I can give you a lift.
You sure?
Going that way anyway.
My mother came home to get some.
What the hell is this? What's wrong? You slut!
She accused me and Ronnie of sleeping together.
You think I don't know what happens here when I'm not around?
She had told me more times than I care to remember that nobody's ever gonna want you. You're nothing but a little slut, a whore.
Come on now.
Is that really what you think of me?
Totally chopped up my self-esteem. Even today, I hear her say those things and I think about her telling me those things.
You can't keep a man of your own. You gotta go after mine. Is that it?
I just looked at her and I said, I can't believe you would think I would do something like that. And I told her I was leaving.
I can't be here anymore. God, you get the hell out!
Betty Lou, you're acting crazy.
How dare you call me crazy?
They're arguing and you know what the thing, I had no idea what might happen.
I am your wife.
But I found out just recently that my mother had tried to run Ronnie over with her car. I don't know why she did the things she did. I knew that my mother needed help. I knew she was not thinking right. And I know even today that there are steps and measures that I could have taken. I really didn't even realize it till now that maybe I could have kept her from being executed. If I'd have just done something to get her some help. She had told me that she couldn't take it anymore with Wayne Barker.
I'll make sure it's the last time.
What do you mean?
So she told me that she was going to kill him. It was the same with her and every man after her and my daddy got divorced. She'd meet a man, they'd get together, they'd live together for a while, and then they'd fight and they'd split up. But then it got to the point where she was just an evil person. She met a man named Doyle Wayne Barker. I just called him Wayne. He was just a barroom drunk, a woman beater, womanizer, a user, a sorry.
God. Are you okay?
I'm fine.
And one day I went over to visit my mom, and she was like black and blue from head to toe. He would beat her so bad. Her face would be all bruised and swollen, black eyes. She started talking to me and telling me about how her and Wayne had been fighting, and she was tired of him beating on her.
This is awful.
No, this ain't the worst he's done.
My mother showed me photos of how Wayne had beaten her, all the bruises and cuts on her face and on her arms. She showed me one of where she had gone to the hospital and had to have her arm set because he had broke it.
Maybe we should take you to a hospital.
I'll be fine.
I knew that it had happened because I was there prior to and leading up to the beating. And I already had seen how physically violent he could be by things that he had done, like throwing things, breaking things, pushing her around. Many times I tried to talk to her and asked her why. She would keep going back. She couldn't divorce him, and she was afraid of losing her home because it was in his name.
You've got to get away from him.
Don't you worry. I'm gonna make sure it's the last time.
What do you mean?
She had told me that she couldn't take it anymore with Wayne Barker, so she was going to kill him.
Why don't you take your brother for the weekend? I don't want him here for this.
And she asked me, would I take my baby brother while she took care of this? And I said, yeah.
Mama,
You don't gotta worry, darling.
When she told me what she was going to do, I couldn't myself believe it. My mother couldn't do something like this. This total state of denial. This is not happening. My mom, she was laying on my couch in the living room.
what are you doing here?
And she told me that it was done. It was over with. And she needed me to go over later that evening and help her.
I don't think I can come by the house at midnight.
Don't be late.
I can't even tell you how horrifying and how terrifying the thought of your own mother being capable of killing somebody else. If I didn't help her to dispose of the body, what would she do to me? Was she capable of killing me too? And can we take a break right now for just a second? I'll never forget the sound of his head hitting each step while we dragged him down the steps. That evening, maybe midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning, something like that, I went over there to her house. She had wrapped Wayne in a sheet and then in some plastic, and she had him inside of a blue sleeping bag.
What did you do? I did what I had to do.
She went into detail of how she killed Wayne. She told me that she waited for him to go to sleep, and she got out the .38 revolver that she had, and she took a pillow, a bed pillow, and covered it to muffle the sound of the shot, and pulled the trigger to shoot him in the head. But the pillowcase got in the way of the trigger, or the firing pin, and kept the gun from firing. And she told me that she stood there for a minute, shivering from her head to her toes, afraid that when it didn't, she cocked the gun again covering it with the pillow, and fired again. And the second shot went into his head and killed him.
I shot him, Shirley, all right? I waited till he went to bed. I grabbed the gun and I shot him in the head. But this is wrong. We have to. Enough, Shirley. What he did to me was wrong. And he got what was coming. And now you're gonna help me bury him.
We went to her bedroom and we pulled him out of the closet and dragged him to the back door. like I was in a fog or on another planet, another world. I didn't want to think about it. We dragged him out the back door. I'll never forget the sound of his head hitting each step while we dragged him down the steps. And we dragged him around to the back end of the trailer and rolled him over into the hole. Each of us took a shovel and covered him up. It took us until I first light, get him completely covered up. I'll never forget all the blisters on my hands, the sick feeling I had in my stomach, the pain I had in my heart, thinking that my mother could actually kill somebody.
Go on home. I'll finish the rest.
After we got through with that, I went back home, tried my best to act like it'd just been an ordinary day. Cleaning the house, washing clothes, fixing dinner. I just wanted to block it out, and I did my best to do so. After what happened, beat, and I thought he was one of the nicest men I believe I've probably ever met in my life. He was so kind, soft-spoken, generous, considerate. I never heard him say a harsh word to my mom. Everybody loved him. And then one day...
Hello?
Hi, Shirley. She called me and told me that she needed me to come out here to see her, to help her, that she was going to end up killing Jimmy Don too. She had said something in regards to the fact that she was going to end up killing Jimmy Don to do to him what she had done to Wayne.
Mama, please don't talk like this. Just think about what you're saying.
And my mom wanted me to come out there. I asked my mother, why do you want to do this to Jimmy Don? He's never done anything to hurt you. He doesn't abuse you.
But he's so nice. He's not like the others.
She told me, she goes, well, surely there's a lot of different kinds of abuse. Couldn't understand why she would want to hurt him. Everybody says it was because of the insurance, and I guess actually it probably was.
Forget about it, Mama. I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Well, I hung up the phone because I didn't want to talk to her anymore.
Hey, what's going on?
And at that point, my husband, Jimmy, he suspected that something wasn't right because I didn't say anything to Jody about what she'd said on the phone. I just told him I needed to go out and see my mom.
Mama and Jimmy Don are just having some problems, apparently. Might have to go over there later and check on her.
You want me to come with?
No, it's okay. I'm sure everything's fine. She's just being dramatic.
Well, just let me know if you change your mind, okay?
And by the time I got through talking to Jody, I called my mom back up. She told me not to worry about it.
Are you sure?
I'm sure. I'll just talk to Jimmy Don, and I'm sure everything's gonna be fine.
Okay. I guess I'll talk to you later then.
All right, bye-bye.
She just told me you really didn't need to come out here, that everything was okay, everything was taken care of. We worked things out. Jimmy Don had left, and she didn't know where. He was a fireman. worked 48 hours on, 24 hours off. It seemed like everybody out here at Cedar Creek Lake knew the man or had heard of the man and loved him. They did a house-to-house search to see if anybody had seen him. Jimmy Don loved to go fishing, loved to go out on his boat. All of his friends that had boats went out on the lake 24 hours a day searching for him. The boat was found with nitroglycerin pills in the bottom of the boat. He had a heart problem and he used nitroglycerin pills. Maybe he was having a heart attack and was trying to take one of his pills and fell overboard.
Mama, in the kitchen.
Something wasn't right about the situation. And even though I didn't see it with my own eyes, I knew that she had killed Jimmy Don. I talked to her and I asked her what happened.
I told you he went on a fishing trip.
Don't lie to me.
That's when she told me what she did.
You really want to know?
She told me she did the same thing she did with Wayne. She had shot him in the head 2 times.
And I buried him in the yard, just like Wayne.
She had buried him in the wishing well in the front yard. My brother Robbie had helped her take Jimmy Don's boat out into the lake. Then she had taken some of the nitroglycerin pills and scattered them in the bottom of the boat and left it adrift in the lake.
How could you make Robbie do that?
Well, you weren't here to help me, now were you?
I love my mother. I love her with all my heart, even today. But I just couldn't stand to be around her or to look at her because she wasn't my mother anymore. Not the mother that I knew. Not the mother that raised me. I have so much guilt about not trying to do something to prevent him being killed. She had told me that she was going to. I knew that she was capable, but yet I stood by and did nothing to prevent it. My phone rings, and it's my oldest sister, Faye. And she told me that the police had been looking for me, and they had a warrant for my arrest. After things that happened with Wayne Barker, I didn't say anything about it. But one day, and my baby sister Phyllis and her husband Billy came out here from Dallas, and we were all 3 drinking tequila, and I got drunk, and I couldn't stand holding all the pain and the hurt inside any longer, and I broke down, and I told my little sister Phyllis what had happened. Me in my big mouth when I was drunk. I heard through the grapevine that my sister Phyllis and her husband had called Crime Stoppers and told them about what had happened, and that's how they ended up catching up to her and finding out that she killed not just Wayne, but Jimmy Don too. My phone rings, and it's my oldest sister, Faye. She said, well, you need to get over to my house now. I mean, now. You need to get over to my house right now.
Hey, what's going on?
I said, I'll be over there. Just give me a minute. I got to use the bathroom. And I said, I'll be on my way over there. Well, I hung up the phone and walked down the hallway to the bathroom. Got to the bathroom door, and the phone rings again. And I went back in the living room, and I answered the phone. It was my sister again. She said, Shirley, I'm telling you, you need to get out of there. You need to get over to my house now. And the panic in her voice that just, I don't know, she was like hysterical almost.
Shirley, you don't understand. There's no time. You gotta get out of that house right now and come over.
It was like, it made me think that somebody had put a bomb under my house and it was just fixing to go off at any second. Got in the car and we drove over to her house, and I walked in the door, and as soon as I opened the door, she said, "Oh, Shirley." And I said, "What?" I walked up to her and she said, "Mama's been arrested for murder." And she told me that the police had been looking for me, and
The body of what's believed to be Dallas Fire Captain Jimmy Don Beats was pulled out of a shallow grave in a wishing well on Saturday night. The body of what's believed to be Wayne Barker was pulled from a similar grave beneath a tool shed.
Sunday morning, I think we got it maybe about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning. And we fixed some breakfast, and knock, knock, knock. And she opens up the door, and it's the police, and they're there to arrest me.
Both men had been listed as missing. Jimmy Don Bates reported drowned in a boating accident 2 years ago, but sheriff's investigators got a break in the case last week.
We were led here with information that was received from a confidential informant, and we secured a search warrant and executed the search warrant and found the two bodies.
They took me downtown Dallas, tried to interrogate me. I told them, I said, "Y'all are wasting your time." I said, "I'm not saying a single word until I get the lawyer."
Both men had been married to Betty Bates, who along with their 26-year-old daughter Shirley Stenger have been charged with the two murders.
They put me in and charged me with capital murder and first-degree murder.
There's no clear motive in the killings, but police are looking at the possibility that several large life insurance policies may be involved.
I sat in jail with my mom for a little over a month. I was put in the same tank with her. I really don't know how to put it into words. Scared is not the word for it. Not even terrified or horrified is the word for it. It was way beyond that. And knowing what she was capable of and not knowing for certain whether she was capable of doing such a thing to myself. When I laid eyes on her, I wanted to throw up. It made me sick to my stomach to see her because it hurt so bad what she had done. And not only that, what she had done, but the fact that she got me involved in it. Well, she asked me if I was okay. And I remember telling her, "Don't talk to me. Please don't talk to me. I don't want to talk to you. Leave me alone. Just leave me the hell alone." The only words I can remember her saying to me the whole time I was there with her was just, "Shh. Be quiet, Shirley. Don't say anything. Don't say anything. Everything's going to be all right." Over and over and over again. Those same words. She's not said anything, done anything on my behalf. She just, all she's out for is to look after herself, and she doesn't give a about me. All I could think was, what's going to have my freedom again? I meant nothing to her. She was willing to keep her mouth shut, not doing anything or saying anything on my behalf to keep me from going to the penitentiary for the rest of my life for something I didn't do. Years old and willing to let me live the rest of my life in the penitentiary for something I didn't even do. Can we take a break, please? She had tried to blame the killings on myself and my brother Robbie. when I was taken to Henderson County Jail, they dropped the charge of capital murder off of me. But still, I was looking at first degree, and that's life imprisonment. And I still didn't think that I was going to get out. My daddy came to see me. He said, "Shirley, I love you, and I want to help you. I'll do anything in the world to help you. But nobody can help you until you decide to help yourself."
Shirley, you've got to tell them the truth.
I've got to do something for myself. I've got to speak up. I got to tell them what happened so I can get out of here, because I don't want to go to the penitentiary. I don't deserve to go to the penitentiary for the rest of my life for something I didn't do. After I got through talking to him, they took me back, put me in the tank, and my mother walked up to me and asked me, "What did you and your daddy talk about, or what did you tell your daddy?" And I took a step back away from her, and I looked her straight in the face, and I told her, "What me and my daddy talked about is my business, ain't got nothing to do with you." And I went behind me and locked myself in. I'm not getting out of here unless I do something to save myself. I've got to say something. I've got to make a statement. I've got to tell them something. Because I don't deserve to go to the penitentiary for the rest of my life for something I didn't do. Probably took me at least an hour or so to make my statement, tell them everything that I knew. My having two-term state's evidence against my mother was one of the stipulations of them releasing me from jail. I knew it was something that I had to do for myself, but I felt a lot of guilt for turning my back on my mother, even though she had no regards in helping me out. But still, even today, I feel so much, just tremendous guilt of turning my back on my mother. I feel like I let her down. She had tried to blame the killings on myself and my brother Robbie.
For the 5th day in a row, Betty Lou Beets walked into the Henderson County Courthouse. Once again, her attorney blamed her son, Robbie Branson, for the murder of Jimmy Don Beets.
She told me what she did, how the cover-up went, and that my brother Robbie had helped her.
Beets' attorney denies this, saying it was her son, Robbie Branson, who was the cold-blooded killer of his stepfather.
All I can remember is answering the questions, and the whole time seeing my mother sit at the table with her attorney, constantly shaking her head no. Like everything that I was saying when they asked me a question was nothing but a lie. No, that did not happen. No, that didn't happen. No. Oh, sitting in this chair makes me feel like I'm sitting in the witness stand again. And all the time I'm seeing her shake her head no. I'm like, how can you sit there saying no when you know it's the truth? You know that's what it was, and you know that's what happened, and you know that I didn't do anything to be here. And my mother is supposed to love me. Say that you love me. How can you bring me into this world? It's the truth.
Betty Lou Beets has been convicted and sentenced to death for the murder of her husband, Jimmy Don Beets, but his son James is still struggling to deal with the loss of his father.
She has no regard for human life. She has no conscience or morals. She watered flowers on my daddy's grave in a wishing well every morning. I walked by his grave, and the man that before my daddy was buried in the backyard, so I just don't think this woman has any morals or any conscience.
James hopes he will begin to heal when the woman responsible for his father's death is finally put to death.
sure where I was or who it was that told me about her being convicted and sentenced to death. All of my siblings totally went into denial that it would ever happen.
I wish you knew my mother the way I do. A gentle, loving woman who would do anything for her children. I wish to God that Jerry had heard the truth about my mother. And I pray that you will listen now and know the truth about her. God. My sister Faye, the oldest, she kept telling me over and over again they hadn't executed a woman in Texas for like 25 years or more. And every time she told me that, I said, I don't care. You know, it doesn't make any difference how long it's been. It's going to happen. Mama's going to be executed. I know it in my heart and in my soul. Can't tell you how long, how soon, but I just know it's going to happen. I've never really been afraid of anything in my life in this world, but one thing, that's my mother. That's a horrible thing to say, but it's the truth. The first time I went and saw her, she had been locked up for many years. I can't tell you exactly how many. But my baby brother Bobby, he wanted to take his firstborn child to see her so she could meet her grandson. And I called the warden and made arrangements to go see her on Mother's Day. She looked close to being the mother that I knew as a little girl. She had some weight on her and seemed to be in pretty good spirits, but there wasn't a whole lot of conversation between my mother and I. There weren't any harsh words. She didn't seem angry at me or she held any resentment or anything towards me for what I did on Torrance State's evidence. But she really didn't show that much affection towards me either. She never admitted to anything. I never saw her show any kind of pain or regret, remorse.
While Betty Lou Beats claims all of her 5 husbands were controlling or abusive, she says she didn't kill anyone.
Will you go to your execution with a clean heart? With
Yes.
knowing that, feeling you have done nothing wrong?
Yes.
Does that help you at this time?
Yes, it helps me. It gives me the strength to face it all.
And that really sickens me, you know, because it shows me that she didn't really have any kind of heart or soul. She didn't have any compassion for a fellow human being. She was in total denial too that she was ever going to be executed.
Shortly after 6 p.m., Betty Lou Beats became the 9th person to be executed in Texas this year. She gave no final statement to the victims' children who were in attendance, but they believe justice has been carried out.
My name is Rodney Barker. I'm the son of Doyle Wayne Barker. The state of Texas did the right thing tonight by putting Betty Lou Beats to death.
I don't really know how I feel. It's kind of like a denial, you know, and is this like a nightmare? This is a dream. Please wake me up.
At least I know justice was done tonight. I know that there's nobody else going to be another victim of this woman. And, you know, like I said, I can forgive Betty. It's going to take a lot more time to get total forgiveness, but I've accepted it.
I've never really been afraid of anything in my life in this world. But one thing, that's my mother. But I don't have to be afraid of her anymore because she's not here. That's a horrible thing to say,
Was it true? She had mental problems. She had been abused. She needed some help. Instead, she gets executed. I failed to get her any help. I feel like I failed not just my mother, but myself too. I'm sorry, I don't know what else to say. When I got up yesterday morning, I really didn't even want to think about having to deal with all the pain, all the horrible things that had happened to me in my life. It's been very stressful. Brought back a lot of pain, a lot of memories that I wished I didn't ever have to have. But then again, I got to thinking about the people out there that need to hear my story and to know that whatever it is that might happen in their life, they have it within themselves to be strong. They can get through whatever it is that life hands them. They do have that strength, that inner strength that they can grab a hold of and hang on to get themselves through whatever it is that life has in store. I came back to the interview because I care about people. And hopefully it will help them to notice things that are not right with someone to prevent anything like this from happening to anyone else.